Welcome to Biggest Spoilars, the destination for exclusive spoilers, latest updates.
Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful for Wednesday, October 29, 2025, have been released. Fans can anticipate that Bill Spencer will make a happy discovery in the subsequent episode. Hope Logan and Deke Sharp, on the other hand, press Deacon Sharp to part ways with Sheila Carter Sharp. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. The good news from Liam Spencer. Let's start with Liam Spencer, who just proposed to Hope once more. This time, Hope is single and has been thinking about her life with Liam and Beth Spencer. A marriage proposal has been made now that Liam is no longer dying and Carter Walton has left the scene. Hope accepted the marriage proposal right away. Now, Liam and Hope will be sharing the news with everyone. Bill Spencer celebrates while Hope meets up with Brooke Logan Forrester. Liam will give his father an update. The fact that Liam has reunited his family will make Bill overjoyed. Nevertheless, how much time will this Lope reunion last before anything transpires? Hope and Liam don't have a very good track record. Deacon Sharp's heart torn. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Wednesday, October 29, reveal that Deacon isn't sure what to do. He wonders, in part, if he is supposed to be with Sheila. However, the other part of him wants something new with Taylor Hayes. Sheila did tell Lee Finnegan that she would kill Taylor, but later claimed it was out of anger. So, when Sheila finds out that Deacon is moving on with Taylor, how will the reformed villain react? She has changed, and Deacon's love was a big part of that. If she loses the only person in her corner, then I worry that Sheila could go back to her old ways. Read this, The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, Luna's shocking request to Finn. Will she turn against the Spencers? Tomorrow's episode will also feature Deke and Hope talking to Deacon. The siblings will work together to persuade Deacon to part ways with Sheila. However, it is difficult and absolutely necessitates Deacon's decision. I worry that Deacon might give in to the pressure and find out later that Sheila is his girl. Taylor is okay, I guess, but I don't see any sizzle with them. I guess time will tell, so fans will just have to stay tuned. The Bold and the Beautiful swiftly reminds us that every new beginning is baptized in a crucible of conflicting loyalties and simmering threats. As one family celebrates a long-awaited reunion, another is torn asunder by a desperate intervention. This is an hour where encouraging words from a proud father are starkly contrasted with the angry, fearful threats that lurk just beneath the surface of a seemingly reformed heart. The path to the altar for Hope and Liam is already being paved with more than just good intentions. It's being shadowed by the kind of drama that could shatter their fragile peace before the wedding bells even have a chance to chime. Liam's victory lap and a father's unbridled joy. Fresh from the euphoria of Hope's acceptance, Liam Spencer is a man reborn. The cloud of uncertainty that has followed him for years seems to have lifted, replaced by the clear, bright sky of a secured future. With the specter of his near-death experience behind him and the complicating presence of figures like Carter Walton now absent from the picture, Liam's world has perfectly realigned. Hope is single, focused, and has chosen him, not as a default, but as the conscious, deliberate architect of her future and their daughters. His first stop after sharing the moment with Brooke is to his father, Bill Spencer. In the powerful, modern confines of Spencer Publications, Liam delivers the news that Bill has longed to hear for years: his son has his family back. Bill's reaction is one of unadulterated triumph. For him, this is more than a romantic reconciliation, it is the restoration of order. It is the Spencer legacy being secured and his son being delivered from the tortuous cycle of waffling that has defined his life. Bill's celebration, however, is tinged with the grim wisdom of history. The unspoken question hangs in the air between them: just how long will this last? Lope has a track record of spectacular implosions, and in the world of The Bold and the Beautiful, happiness is not a destination, but a fleeting rest stop on the highway to the next crisis. Bill's joy is genuine, but it is the joy of a general who has won a single battle, knowing the war for his son's lasting contentment is far from over. Deacon's crossroads, a heart torn between salvation and temptation. While the Spencer men celebrate, Deacon Sharp finds himself in a private hell of indecision. His heart is a battlefield, torn between two vastly different futures. On one side is Sheila Carter Sharp, his wife, his redemption project, the woman whose violent soul he believed his love could tame. Their bond, forged in mutual understanding and a shared history of being outcasts, is powerful and profound. Sheila's recent confession to Lee Finnegan, that her threat to kill Taylor was born from a place of sheer, terrified anger, reveals the terrifying fragility of her reformation. Her stability is a house of cards, and Deacon has been the one holding it steady against the wind. On the other side of this emotional chasm is Taylor Hayes, a beacon of normalcy, elegance, and shared pain. Their locked gaze from the previous day was more than a moment of comfort. It was a portal to a different life, a life without the constant shadow of chaos and the looming threat of a relapse into madness. With Taylor, Deacon could be just a man, not a savior. He could build a relationship on shared martinis and mature conversation, not on the desperate need to prevent the next homicide. The temptation is immense, offering a peace he has scarcely known. A sibling intervention, Hope and Deke's desperate plea. Understanding the precarious nature of this situation, Hope Logan and her brother, Deke Sharp, decide to take matters into their own hands. United by a shared terror of their father's connection to Sheila, they stage an intervention. Their encouraging words are not about building Deacon up, but about tearing his marriage down. They will pressure him, logically and emotionally, to end things with Sheila once and for all. They will argue that his life, and theirs, would be infinitely safer, calmer, and happier without the ever-present threat of Sheila's temper. Hope, in particular, will speak from a place of newfound maternal and romantic clarity. Having just secured her own picture-perfect future with Liam and Beth, the last thing she needs is the bomb of Sheila Carter destabilizing everything. She sees her father's relationship with Taylor as not just preferable, but necessary for the entire family's security. However, this well-intentioned pressure is a dangerous game. Forcing Deacon's hand could lead him to cave and make a decision he later regrets. The unique, if twisted, connection he shares with Sheila is not something that can be easily replicated. If he severs that bond under duress, he may soon realize that the sizzle he feels with Taylor is a gentle candle next to the bonfire of his connection with Sheila, a bonfire that, while dangerous, provided a heat he found irresistible. The greatest threat, however, lies in Sheila's potential reaction. The spoilers suggest a terrifying reality: Sheila's reformation is entirely contingent on Deacon's love. He is her anchor, her only tether to humanity. If that tether is cut, what is left to stop her from drifting back into the abyss? Her claim that the threat against Taylor was just words born of anger will be put to the ultimate test. If she discovers that Deacon is moving on with the very woman she threatened to kill, those angry threats could swiftly transform into violent, unforgivable actions. The baptism of Hope and Liam's new life together may well be stained by the blood of a crisis they tried, and failed, to prevent.